The city budget front and center on the minds of commissioners. They'll meet tomorrow to discuss it, and on that agenda is the funding for new police officers with the Tallahassee Police Department. And ABC 27's Georgia Godfrey is in the studio now. She found out if there's concern that the department will not get funding for those new officers. Georgia.
Well, Jade, we've reached out to city commissioners to see if a new grant the department received will sway their vote at tomorrow's budget hearing. So far, I haven't heard back yet, but Michelle Bona with the City Commission says the grant covers specific positions not included in the ones considered in that budget and that the voting should not be a big issue. The grant will give the department funding for 15 officers to be split between 2 specialty squads that will be community oriented. This grant does not cover the full cost of the officers and does require some city financial input to make up the difference. This extra cost has some people concerned that the grant could change budget discussions for the 18 officers already in the works.
These are 2 completely separate situations. The 15 officers through the COPS grant are a COPS sponsored program that will be sponsored through the grant. And it cannot, the wording of the grant actually specifically says you cannot use these officers to fill in other positions that are needed within the city. So they're 2 totally separate entities. The 18 positions are still needed for our patrol division. These are simply a supplemental group of officers.
The starting salary for officers with TPD is around $45,000. The grant will cover $41,000 of that salary. The grant also requires the city to provide matching funds to cover that difference of about $4,000 to $5,000. The department will then have to identify funding areas for the city's share of the grant. The grant funding has been added to tomorrow's City Commission budget hearing and will be discussed then. The city can either approve or reject the funding for both proposals. In the studio, Georgia Godfrey, ABC 27, dedicated to you.